Ready?
Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark mystery movies.
I'm Brian, and I like Hallmark mystery movies.
I'm Dan, and it's a mystery why Brian is on the show. This is the
Take the Hallmark podcast.
That's the Hallmark. It's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hello, everybody.
Can I just say up front, it's not a mystery why Brian's on this show. He's wonderful.
He's a gift.
And his research is next level.
He's a gift.
But you said, and I like Hallmark mystery movies, and I just was...
Dude, 2 shows in 1 week.
We actually-
it's a lot. It's a lot.
We actually have a full alphabet dedicated to why you're on the show. A is for available. B is
Better luck next time.
better luck next time. C is for
Chocolate.
Cookies.
He loves talking about chocolate.
Yeah, I do.
regularly.
and cookies.
Yep.
And cookies. D is for delicious cookies. Weirdly enough.
Yeah.
E is
We're gonna do
for
the whole thing, huh?
Extra cookie.
Didn't
Yes.
after ABCs we stopped. You went to D, and I was a little concerned.
Yeah. Hey, guys, can I ask you this one?
Nope.
Friday, Fun Day, Mystery Day, Curious Caterer Day.
It's grilling
Brian,
season.
Yeah, colon.
you you weren't with us when we did the first Curious Caterer.
Right, I was not.
Did you go back and watch the first one?
Nope.
Wow.
I did not go back and watch it because
my gosh.
I watched it when it came out.
Oh, okay. All right.
I remember watching
Tricky.
it and then listening along back in the day.
Back
way
when you were
back.
just a fan.
Back-
There was no
just a
alphabet
fan.
dedicated to you.
No, I didn't have a single letter in the alphabet dedicated to
I know
myself.
he had one.
Trace?
Yeah.
She was on sabbatical.
No,
Sabby?
Not so
not
much.
on sabbatical.
Oh, she's not on Sabby?
I make alphabets for all the double deckers.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I have a lot of time in the elevator.
Wow. In the elevator. Yeah, you sure.
Yeah. One or floor 1 or 2.
One
of
or
course.
two.
Yeah,
Give me a
yeah,
double decker.
Good tip.
Who's over there? Hillary Kovacs.
Oh, we got Hillary Kovacs in the chat.
A. Always awesome. B. Better than most. C. Calculated risk. Guys, I gotta go.
Calculated risk.
What did that
What
mean?
does that mean? What does that even mean?
Calculated risk.
You don't want to know, I think.
Boy, howdy. I can't wait for the double decker of the week on that one. Calculated risk. Guys, we're talking about the second Curious Caterer movie. Happy we're back for more.
Yeah.
I gotta say that.
For sure.
Nikki DeLoach, Andrew Walker, just a couple of heavy hitters.
Oh, I thought playing ping ball.
What's wild
ping
is
pong.
that I really feel like we should update our heavy hitter sound effect because it didn't sound like they were heavy hitters at all.
I got a few we can go through.
All right, can you hit me with 4 or 5 of them if you could, Trace?
All right, you gotta say heavy hitter first.
Couple of heavy hitters. I don't like that one bit. Let's go again. Couple of heavy hitters. This ping pong sound better and better. Couple of heavy hitters. There's got to be one that's actually a heavy hit. Couple of heavy hitters.
Can we get that one again? Roll it back.
Last one. We got ourselves a couple of heavy hitters. All right,
Which
let's
one do you
stick
wanna
with the
go
ping
with?
pong balls. Let's stick with the ping pong balls. Yep.
Heavy hitters. Yep. You got them. Find them right here. Are we talking about Andrew and Nikki today? Because that's what
Yeah.
I'm getting from that sound
man.
effect.
Guys, people say that this is a compelling show, and to them I say,
Who says this is compelling? Name me one person.
I said people say this isn't a compelling show.
Oh,
Isn't.
no. And they're wrong.
Obviously.
Thanks, buddy. Quick reminder, you could have watched this movie, Curious Caterer, and our show on the Philo. Hopefully you're doing that. Philo.tv/DTH. For the next time Curious Caterer comes on, you can just save it on your DVR, and it'll just hang out there. You can just watch it.
One button ad
Watch
skip,
it.
baby.
Woo! Woo!
Come on.
Love it. Plus, we're there, and we're having a good time.
And we're family.
I am being told that people are watching us on Philo and really enjoying it.
Really?
That's good to hear.
That's what I'm hearing.
You got that hot off from Tammy Philo.
I got the email from Tammy. Tammy said, "Keep up the good work, guys."
You want to crack it a third time, Brian?
Got it.
That was
a
another
heavy hitter.
That was another heavy. Guys, are you ready to talk about Curious Caterer grilling season?
Colon.
Yeah.
Colon grilling season.
They're
Gosh,
grilling
come
colons.
on,
That's
Brian.
weird. Come on, Mandy.
You're better than that.
I don't even know why I'm here.
February 5th. Don't talk like
Are
that.
there any cocoa beans?
20
Or are they seeds?
Cacao.
Cacao beans?
2023, it went a little
Excuse me.
something like this.
I mean, there's Venezuela in there.
We
Victoria.
see a woman.
Argentina.
Tequila is in her hand. It has a
tequila.
fresh label on it to show that this is
Taped.
tequila. And she has an envelope that says private and confidential. Sometimes things are private.
Yeah.
Sometimes things are confidential. Sometimes it's both things.
Right. Yep.
And that's when you know it's serious.
That's when you know it's
so serious, in
grilling
fact,
season.
that someone comes up from behind her, strangles her with some sort of rope of sort, then places her by a grill, walks away, turns the grill on somehow, and then explodes.
gunshot.
It's grilling season. Cut to 10 hours earlier, and we see Goldie. Goldie is, you guys remember Goldie, Ricky Loach's character. She is a caterer. She's catering a party at her ex-husband's house, which you might think is weird, but it's not.
Wait
It's
until
all
you hear
above
about all
board
the
here.
exes.
Is at a party. She's grilling on the very grill that in 10 hours will be grilling season.
It will be grilling season.
Turns the grill on, having a great time, grilling some shish kebabs. Tom,
Some what?
some shish kebabs.
Some skip a shish.
Skip a shish kebab. So Tom shows up. You guys remember Tom? Tom is Andrew Walker. They have some fun banter. He does have his badge on him in case of an emergency. Guys, does someone leave the heavy hitter sound effect on a loop?
It's an auto sound effect, I think. Sort of like the grill, the auto start.
It's like every time you talk about those two.
Man, this is going to be a long
That's right.
synopsis.
It is.
So a certain somebody, Tom, they're talking, they're having some fun banter and whatnot. The Goldie's ex-husband is a doctor, also a serial killer on Riverdale. Spoiler alert. He has a new girlfriend, Susie, who is also having a pretty close conversation with her ex-husband. So Goldie's at her ex-husband's house, and her ex-husband's new girlfriend is having a conversation with her ex-husband.
That's right.
It's
Confession.
guys, is it Xmas?
It's like Xmas.
Got him.
Gotcha.
So his name's Hal, by the way. For some reason, Tom's ex-wife. For some reason, Tom's ex-wife shows up to the Xmas party. And Goldie also went to high school with her. Later at the party, the doctor and Susie, they're not heavy hitters. They are having an argument. Apparently, he is... What's that sound effect?
I think that was the not heavy hitter.
Not heavy hitter.
Oh, interesting.
It's like the minor leagues, I think, of the
Womp womp.
amateur league.
Apparently, he thinks he's been told that Hal was leaving the house a few nights ago at 2 a.m. So the doctor confronts him about it. He leaves. He's drunk. And this next door neighbor, who's also a doctor, is like, hey, I got you. I'll help you, basically. Cut to the next day. Tom is over. He gets a calls. He gets a call. Susie is dead. People.
Susie's not heavy hitter.
Mixed up
No. People get wind that she's dead, and immediately start thinking, she died via grill? It must have been Goldie. It must have been Goldie. So they're calling up Goldie, and they're like, hey, Goldie, I know we had these catering things planned, but I'm going to need to cancel, seeing as how the grill that you were using last
Seeing as how
night.
grilling season may be a little too hot for me.
Grilling season. Anyway, she's losing business. It's bad for business. And when it gets bad for business, Goldie gets involved. Really, anytime there's anything, Goldie gets involved. So Goldie goes to talk to Tom about this. Tom is more than willing, per usual, to open up about basically everything that's going on in this case. They start investigating, and they realize that it wasn't just the grill, that she was strangled.
Grilling season.
Plus strangle.
Strangle season.
Strangle grilling season.
Colon strangle season.
No, you don't.
Ooh,
You want to do
yikes.
that. Go to get that
Call
checked
the
out by a
doctor for that
doctor.
one. Yeah.
So they start talking to basically everybody who could possibly be involved. You got Hal, you got this woman, you got all sorts of different people.
Hal and this woman.
You got this one guy who's apparently calling and threatening people, but it's a joke. Mom, Dad, is this a joke?
Kenny?
Kenny. Basically everybody, especially ex-husband Dr. Guy, who ends up getting arrested because he's the only one on Earth with this specific type of fishing line. And so they go and arrest him, and Goldie caught you off guard there with a Goldie. Goldie is like, it couldn't have been. No way. And so Tom is like, I don't know what you want from me. All the evidence, i.e. the fishing line, points to him. But then, remember that woman I was telling you about there for just a second that they were investigating? She shows up dead. on the lake.
The PI, the private eye.
the private eye.
Markikian?
Dead.
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 Man.
On the lake.
And you might be
Grilling
wondering how are they going to explain that one, because that guy's in prison. Well, they time it, and he doesn't have an alibi.
Killed her before going to prison.
Could have.
Yes.
Apparently it happened, and it also happened before he showed up to his daughter's baseball practice at 8 p.m. So all signs are pointing to ex-husband
Richard.
Dr. Guy. Richard?
Yeah,
Last
sure.
name
Richard,
Monroe,
yeah.
And so now they're faced with, well, what are we going to do here? How are we going to do this? And so Goldie starts to really dive into things, and she finds out that the woman that I told you about was last seen at Posh.
Ooh, the Posh.
So she goes to look at Posh, and she's poking around at Posh, and she sees in one of the changing rooms that one of the little wood
Bench?
pieces has like some marks on it, and she's like suspicious. Pulls basically the bench apart. Underneath is a whole stack of taters, and in this stack of taters is evidence of sorts. And so she takes it to her car. She's looking at all the evidence of the taters, and it's just going through all this stuff. And all of a sudden, from behind her, someone pops in. Boom, syringe, guys. Again, Philo, you're gonna get to see all this.
That's right.
And it's bad. She wakes up, and she is in. Remember that doctor that I said helped Richard when he was drunk? That guy. That guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy. The neighbor guy. Now you might be wondering to yourself, should we care about him?
That's what I'm wondering.
Probably not, but we should now. And we found out earlier, thanks to him saying this, that he was on a wild goose chase of a house
call, yeah.
House call. So how did he do it? Well, I'll tell you how he did it.
He made up his own wild goose chase.
He made up his own wild. He's the goose. He's chasing him. He's a goose, and he's wild, and he's chasing, but he's the one chasing, but he's also being chased. So he calls, acting as if he's a patient, and says, hey, I need the doctor to come to my house now. And then he gets a call from his nurse. It's like, hey, the guy needs you. So alibi, created it, you did it. But that doesn't make any sense for no one, because the evidence
Doesn't make any sense for no one.
there's a stack of taters that basically are what we need for him, but he's shredding it, right?
Yeah.
Tom is like, I need to go find out what's going on. So he goes to Posh, And thank God there is crystal clear surveillance
4K, baby.
When they did the remodel of the dressing rooms, they installed 4K security cameras, and we're all better for it, because you see not only her getting strangled and with the shot thing, but or mount whatever, but also a very clear look at the face of the guy, and the guy's face is clearly the guy.
Doctor.
The guy,
Yes.
Dr. Guy. And so he goes to his house,
Dennis.
finds her underneath in the basement, or she's in the basement. She comes up because he's up there with the other doctor, Richard, who just got released.
That's right.
Okay?
Celebratory.
Latte. He's making a latte. She comes and she's like, hey, look at me now. Then Tom shows up. There's a struggle. And ultimately, it's bad news for that guy. And we're all better for it. He gets arrested. And Tom, Goldie, and her ex-husband that is now cleared of murder stand outside and say, son of a gun. And that, my friends, was
Curious Caterer
Grilling Season.
We did it.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to break this movie down with 4 segments here on Deck the Hallmark. We're back, everybody. We're talking about Curious Caterer, Grilling Season.
Your commitment to not knowing the name of the killer is just fantastic. It's trouble for that guy.
Yep.
It sure is.
It is. That's a true statement.
Guys, let's break this movie down. We have 4 segments. We're going to start with a hot take. And I'm going to start with a guy who I do know his name. He is an important person. There's an alphabet to prove it.
That's right.
Brian, what do you think of Curious Caterer, the Deuce?
The Deuce. 2. So
Grilling Season.
That's why
Grilling,
why they used a colon, 2 dots.
That's right. It's exactly
Next
1,
level
2.
thinking.
That is.
Symmetrical too. So this was good. I thought this was good. I liked the first one. I thought it was good. I liked this one, the new one. I thought it was good. I thought they had me guessing the whole time on who the killer was. Looking back, the signs were there that it was Dennis. The stories for
The Menace?
yeah,
That guy,
that
I believe
guy
is
how we were referring to him. There were the stories or the reasons for everybody else having done it were very weak compared to Dennis and what he had going on. So looking back after it was all over, obviously I should have known the whole time it was going to be Dennis, but I didn't know for sure leading up to it.
We had a wild goose chase with himself.
We did, yeah. He was a wild goose chase with himself, and that's how he tricked everybody. So note that one down if I ever need to.
Note that one down.
That's right.
Everyone.
Note it down.
I thought it was a little overly complicated with the whole the buying of the real estate companies. I thought that was a bit much. Maybe one company buying another one would be fine. It was a little muddy with the 2 companies coming together, and obviously they had to do that to kind of complicate it a little bit. But and all the beginning, I had to pause after the party just to make some notes on who was who, because they just that dumptron of who's who.
Oh my gosh.
The Xmas party.
You wrote down people's names. That was smart.
I wrote a list of everybody's name and how they were related to the others.
Great.
Yep. And Diana, my wife, was watching with me, and she got so annoyed with me because I kept asking her, so this guy, and she was just like, tell me when you're ready.
Did you remind her that love takes
I was
work?
about to say,
It's like a muscle.
I learned this week.
It's a muscle.
Love's a muscle. It takes work.
It does.
you know?
And that's what I
Both
tried to say
sides.
to her. I'm like, you don't understand. You need to watch this movie to understand.
I was maybe talking about you doing some work.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was in the clear. I have a lot of work to do.
See,
guys.
that proves the point.
I guess so. I guess we all learned a little something. So there was a good amount of humor in this.
I'm the chief of sinners. Go ahead.
Thank you. There's a good amount of humor in this. There wasn't a lot of shock. Remember that scene where somebody grabbed her foot,
Yeah.
Nikki's foot?
Yeah,
and
that was
they went to
Tom.
commercial. Tom did that. But that scene, that trickery, they didn't do a lot of that. Where you thought something was going to happen and they cut away. I didn't feel like there was a lot of that, which I don't know, which was fine with me. So I did like this. I had a pretty good time. They tricked me. Not tricked me, but I just didn't know where it was going until it happened. And I appreciated that.
Andrew, Nikki, heavy hitters, mystery, fun, grilling season. Yes. It's a stamp. Yes.
That's a killer sound effect.
I
right
have
there.
I have 2 stamps. One is yes and one is no. And this one gets a yes stamp for me. More of these, please. Less characters next time. Someone's trying to do a job here.
That guy.
And I can only work so hard on a Monday morning and learn so many names. Brian apparently can learn all of them. I didn't expect that guy to be the killer, and that was on me. Had I known, I would have written down his name. And I'll learn that for next time. I'm not used to these type of movies where there's lots of characters and any one of them that could be the killer. But I had a really good time. Very, very, very fun. And always great to see our friends Nikki and Andrew working opposite each other. Just the sparks are just grilling season. Dan?
Always great to see those two. Always happy with more of these. This was not my favorite. Just convoluted for no reason. The first 25 minutes of this movie are at a party. There's little to no background music, and it's just people either reminding you of their character from the first one or introducing themselves as a most likely red herring in this movie. And it's just the worst part of what Hallmark movies and mysteries are, which is like plot. Most of it doesn't matter. A little bit of it does. Figure out which part does, and then the rest of it just do away with completely. Not as good as the first one across the board, in my opinion. Will I watch these, as many of them as they put out? Yeah. I mean, the 2 leads are worth it, but this one wasn't great. It wasn't great, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Let's talk about the feels, where we talk about what in this movie gave us those feels, Brian.
Yeah, sure. These are tricky with feels because it's a mystery type of thing. They're trying to shock you. They're trying to surprise you. So I kind of give it to the whole crew. They all did a great job. And I guess the feels...
Let's give it to the whole crew, everybody.
Good job.
Hey,
Cast,
excellent.
crew, craft services,
Yep.
everybody involved. Really
Key
good
grips.
stuff.
I mean, we're talking everybody,
Yeah.
top to bottom,
Don't
stem to
talk about
stern.
the key grips like that.
Yeah. Act
And
like you know a
Jess.
key grip. God,
Sorry about that, guys. This is embarrassing.
slander.
Saying good job. So I guess
so
the
many
feel like
tapes we have of him just cursing out key grips.
Blasting
And
them.
he's going to come on this show and act like
Guys,
those don't
you
exist.
and I know those will never make air. So I think that the scene that gave me
Brian blast the key grips. Hey guys, so I was actually watching a movie and
just check out this guy. What is this guy even doing? He calls himself a key grip?
Brian, not again with a key grip.
You got to be kidding me with this guy. He's over here holding, what is he even holding? A microphone, a monitor, a cable.
He's
These guys
my
are, like,
brother.
This guy is like the lowest of the low.
He's my brother.
He doesn't
Brian,
even
key
know
grips
that.
are people too.
They don't look like it. Look, what is he even wearing? Does he have a hood on?
Brian talks about key grips.
Do you think Brian thinks key grips are in the movie? I don't know how else he would have seen one.
That didn't sound like me.
Didn't sound like you?
Fair enough.
All right, fair.
So when Dennis popped up from the back seat,
That name of the key grip.
no, we're back to the movie
Got it.
here. That
Yeah,
that
fair,
blasphemy is over with. Dennis is the killer in this movie.
Spoiler.
When he pops up from the back.
That's why Brian was saying that guy.
Did you watch it?
Because then I can watch it all over again. This would be a surprise.
It's all brand new. Brand new.
Oh, I see.
So when he popped up from the back seat, I guess that would be my feels because I was surprised when he did that. I did not see that coming, and they got me. Gotcha. It was like a gotcha moment.
Gotcha.
And gotcha moment.
Gotcha moment.
So I got to give my feels to that.
All right, guys. Picture this. Get a phone call from Regis, and he explains.
Do you want to be a
He
millionaire?
explains. He says, "Look at this video," and it
Put it on
it
the
is
show.
it
Two
is
lifelines to
despair. Nikki is on top of a dumpster of sorts, looking into a window. A hand grabs her ankle. Fade to commercial. Come back. One button ad, skip Philo. Come back, and she falls into Andrew Walker's arms. What
That's
a
a massive wait, what?
what?
That is not a feels.
Yeah, it is. It is. Listen, the physics, don't know, don't care. Because it ended up with her in his arms, and I could have watched that for hours. Those two looking at each other, her in his arms. That was also something we could have used for heavy hitter, but we decided not to, so I'm going to use it in this
It's
case.
like a truck downshifting.
Fantastic. Love that. Yeah. I don't understand how it happened. I don't know how it worked. But I loved every second of that. Dan?
Yeah, no, I don't really have any feels.
No feels?
I'm sorry. I tried my best over here. Did some soul searching, some heart searching.
Heart surgery?
Heart surgery.
What about that grill?
Yeah, grilling season.
What about that
I'm
grill?
not a propane boy. I'm a charcoal guy. I think you know that.
We're back to
We're
Dan
back.
is bougie. Where we're talking
Charcoal
about
grills are cheaper. What do you mean I'm bougie?
Yeah, I wouldn't. A little dirtier. Yeah, they're not. I would say
Wait a
gas
minute.
is bougie.
All right, guys, welcome back to Deck the Hallmark. We're talking about.
You thought that guy was the killer, Brand.
I know.
Just can you be present for once in your life?
Deck the Hallmark. We're talking about Curious Caterer :
Grilling season.
We're talking about the Wait What's, where we talked about in this movie. It made us go, wait, what? Brian?
So I have a
Key grip of the show?
Key grip. Hey, I support key grips and their roles. The grill.
Oh, I heard.
Okay.
That's not what I heard.
You heard wrong. Flat out wrong.
This is Tony Batts
Just-
again.
Yes.
This guy.
Tony,
Talk about
stop
blasphemy.
calling in. Stop calling in.
I am the key grip.
Of what?
Life. I'm an
Heavy.
angel.
Oh, he's an angel.
God bless. He already has.
What's his name? Bats.
Tony Batts.
Yes, sir. And ma'am.
Thank you. I think.
Whenever you're ready, Brian.
So the grill itself, this is in my What the Hallmark section, but the auto ignition thing, like I know grills are fancy now and you can do lots of stuff, but I had to stop and think while I was watching it. I literally was like, what? Like, can that happen?
The only thing that I could imagine is that if you can turn a grill on remotely with your phone now.
Sure.
That if you could wire it as such to where when the pilot light hits, you have some sort of like flammable something thing in there.
Yeah.
Then that would all work.
Yeah.
But he would have had to doctor the grill ahead of time.
And get access to her app that starts. So that's
the grill.
Sort of like creeping on
Yeah.
my What the Hallmark, but
Yeah.
So that was a wait what? But another one I had was Goldie when she recognized Fran Marquesian from her quote online ads. And I feel like I've said this before in another mystery, but like if you're a private eye and people are you don't want to be recognized.
No.
It's like
You don't put your face in the ad.
no, you'll never be good at your
No.
job ever. People will recognize you everywhere. So I just didn't like that. When they arrested Richard, not the killer, the ex-husband,
Right.
Richard.
I know names.
They did a perp walk through the office,
That's right.
like to go downstairs to the jail or wherever he was
And
going.
then he says he's never been arrested. Like Andrew Walker later says, I didn't actually arrest anyone.
Oh, he said that? Really?
Yes.
Oh, so
They just put him in cuffs and perp walked him through the
Sure,
entire thing.
but he wasn't under
just to
arrest?
ask him a few questions.
sure. Well, he's a dangerous individual. And then, so this one, I was kind of cringing when I realized this. Tom, Detective Tom, did he enter Dennis's house without a warrant? Just walk right on in?
So he's cuffing people that aren't arrested.
Yeah.
He's going into a house without a warrant.
If you think someone's in danger, can you not get into the house?
think you.
If you think someone is if someone is in danger,
I know that my wife's brother, my brother-in-law, is
That's
a
what we call him,
newly minted fireman in Massachusetts, and he said
Congratulations.
that if the police show up to a house and there's like a problem inside, the fire department has the right to go in without any reason, but the police can't. They need maybe they do need a very specific.
what if Tom's also a firefighter?
That would probably work. But I was just worried.
That's the workaround there.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
he's a fireman
both
as well.
ends.
So, but a good defense lawyer might be able to get this guy off, and that's kind of I'm a little
That's a
worried.
little frightening.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Guys, I want to play a song for you, and I want you to let me know what type of song.
Was
you
that
think.
it for your Wait What's?
that was it.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Thanks.
Dum dum. Bum dum bum bum bum
Go ahead now, and if you-
What's that song?
It's Two Princes.
No, that's
Spin Doctors.
that's the instrumental song that's playing at the party at the beginning of
does
this movie.
feel very similar.
For no reason.
And if you- It's that guy. He's gonna kill you.
So yeah, that was fun. That guy, the guy who ends up being the killer in this movie, his commitment
Dennis.
to injecting people, I feel like there's got to be a better way. Like, what do we like? Let's speed this thing along, right? Like, I know you got some sort of master plan, but you've had to drug her twice just to explain your plot. I feel like, guy, you're wasting perfectly good drugs at that point.
No, it's a Hallmark movie when you're
getting double drugged.
Is double drugging you just to explain what he's going to do. She doesn't need to know. She's going to be
Let's
dead.
speed this process along. Let's speed it along and get people where they need to be. That's all I got. Dano?
That's all you've got.
Yeah.
You did mention in the synopsis, but this envelope is both private and confidential.
Sure is.
I want to be very clear. It is not one or the other. It's both. They're the same thing. It's both. Andrew Walker's first line in this movie is not maybe his best. It is, those do not look like regular shish kebab. Singular.
He said a line. Keep going.
Shish kebab. Big
Those do not look like regular shish kebab. Heavy
hitter, shish kebab.
The shish kebab, the heavy hitter.
In this scenario, it sounds like it.
Fair enough. But my thing is that they are regular shish kebabs.
They're not heavy hitter shish kebab?
Those do not look like regular shish kebab is a weird line to say.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Shishka kebab.
You're a regular.
I'm a heavy hitter. You lay off it. They say that tequila costs $900 only if there's 900 bottles. That is like water orange juice with a paper label on it. It does not cost $900. Get out of here. The guy who is the ultimate red herring in this movie,
The red herring?
he is not redheaded at all. The red herring in this movie is named Kenny, and he is on his cell phone, and he's like, I'm going to kill you. I'm kidding. And he says it just like that. He is literally like bent, hunched over with a scowl on his face.
Corner.
And he's like, when I find her, I'm going to murder her. I'm kidding, of course. Duh.
Want it on record.
No one's looking at me, are they? I'm going to murder you. Ha 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 ha.
It's a joke, see?
So funny. I'm going to kill you.
Kidding.
Maybe somehow they put tacks through a marker board, which is very impressive. So they have a board that they're making at home that is their murder board, and it's a marker board.
Yeah.
And they put thumbtacks through the marker board. That is...
Well, it's also just weird because they're also using magnets. Like they have
They have magnets, but the stuff that they want to move, they put tacks in. Did they get a hammer out for that? Like, what did they do there? That's crazy. But you know what they did do is they turned the murder board so it faces out the window.
Yeah,
you see,
so everybody can
so
see.
So everyone can. So if you want to participate, like as you're walking by, like if you're Andrew Walker, that would make it easy to participate and go, oh, you're doing a murder board. Can I jump in? Can I get in on this? Maybe put your murder board not against the outside window. That's all I'm saying.
The lighting is so good though.
Yeah.
From the window. So.
And then I just want to make sure I get this straight. This guy, who's an actual medical doctor, has thought of everything. A perfect grill murder, a perfect alibi, but he didn't think of there's a security camera 2 feet in front of my face. Literally, that security camera could not be more than a yard away. How does he not think of this? And also, why is he in her car? He doesn't know that she has those documents. Why is he in her car? He followed her to Posh. Get it? Is it just luck of the draw that he decided to get in her car and she had those documents?
He's got vials of poison
everywhere.
He's got
to use it. Use it or lose it.
It's going to go bad.
When he decides to get in the car,
like creams,
he doesn't know that Goldie is going to have those documents.
But it's better to poison her just in case.
She's on the trail. She's on a wild goose chase, so you got to get her.
That's all I got.
Yeah. It's time for What the Hallmark Inspired Show. We wonder what could have been, maybe we still have.
Aaron.
I have an answer to one of your questions.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Which one?
About Andrew entering the home.
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
He's not a firefighter?
He doesn't have to be.
Whoa!
So the Fourth Amendment protects you from an unreasonable search. The Supreme Court does make exceptions if he has a reason to arrest you. So Andrew was technically going into the home to arrest that doctor. If he can see evidence, or if he knows that Goldie is there, if he believes that there is a dangerous weapon in the home, or if he's in pursuit of a criminal.
Well, there you go.
Sure.
Pursuit
There
of
you
a
have
criminal.
it.
I would say
Saw
most of those
saw
are
it,
covered.
saw it
So
on
if
video.
he goes in there and that guy wasn't home, he could get big trouble sued.
Well, Goldie was in the home, so he had seen the guy's face on camera,
Yeah.
so that's reasonable.
Sure. And he took
Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Got
okay.
it. Got it. Got it.
Excellent.
Great, thank you.
Let's go.
I feel better.
It's time with the Hallmark. Wondering, Brian?
Yep. I got two real quick. So the first one was Dennis is a surgeon, right? The guy who did the murders,
I know.
surgeon. Do they make house calls typically? I don't feel like they're typically in the rounds of, on call over the weekend.
They had one line early from Lachlan Monroe, like a throwaway line about how he used to be blah, blah, blah.
Oh, he's
and now he
hurting for cash?
And I don't understand. Like, it didn't make it worse.
Yeah.
It didn't make it better. It made it worse.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah, especially like
no.
a back spasm. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like
they needed a doctor of some sort that he
Sure.
could have that as an alibi.
Okay.
I honestly believe this whole movie was done after the alibi. I think someone thought, like John Christian Plummer, a great writer,
Sure.
thought of the alibi first.
Yeah.
And then he was like,
Around
whole
that.
movie's around it.
Wild
Perfect.
Goose Chase. And the other one was around the grill. And it's just like, did he, in order to do it, he would need her, I'm assuming it's an app, auto start app. Maybe it's on a timer, whatever. He would still need access to her phone, however she starts the grill automatically. And so how did he get that? Because that seems like a big missing piece. Like, you can turn on the flame of the gas, you can light it yourself,
Yeah.
but he didn't light it himself. It auto lit. How did he auto light it? Like, how was that done? That's just,
Yeah. Well,
You know.
if he, like,
We see him do it.
yeah, we see him do it with his phone.
Yeah. So he somehow got her
phone, right? It wouldn't be on his phone. It would be
Right.
her. So
but if she's dead, you just face unlock that junk
I
and
guess,
do it.
Okay.
Easy.
I guess so.
Not that I've ever.
It's so easy.
It's so
according
easy.
To Brand.
Anyone could do.
Gosh.
All right.
I got.
Just think it through like you're the murderer.
That's
Brian.
exactly right. Not that I ever.
Well, I don't have an iPhone. Maybe that's the problem. I don't.
Yeah,
the Androids
us
do face
Androids,
detect.
No, we would never.
I guess fingerprint would
No,
still
actually, my phone had face detect before iPhone.
Your Android did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I just don't like it.
Either way, when you're dead, there you can
That's
still.
right.
work. Can still figure
Again,
it
this
away.
is just
This
me
is
guessing.
Conjecture here.
Really quick, I just want to give a shout out to the saddest part of this movie, which is the fact that we only get one scene of Andrew looking at a map. They did a whole board, a wonderful map, lots of fun things going on there, and I was like, oh, they did it for us. They set it up.
did.
We're gonna get to see Andrew Walker looking at his map for 30 minutes, like in the first movie, and no, we only get one scene. I have to believe that there are more of those scenes on the cutting room floor somewhere, and that is my What the Hallmark. Where are all of those scenes? They exist. I know they do. They wouldn't have done that if there weren't.
You should make
Darn
a
it.
board.
I should make a board about where the board is.
That's right.
Dana?
Yeah, I have two. One is if we get a third one of these, which I think we will, can we find a way to do a third one where Lachlan Monroe's character isn't possibly the murderer? Because in the second one, he gets actually brought into the police station. In the first one, there's high suspicion that he's the guy that could have done it.
They watched it on Riverdale.
Let's stop and go a different direction. And then my other one
He has
is
the
that
serial killer gene.
as much as you love the grabbing of the heel situation, one, to make that a cliffhanger was crazy, and I want to know the thought behind that. But two, and more importantly, Andrew Walker sees Nikki DeLoach. Tom sees Goldie. and like,
Don't be weird about
Tom
it.
sees Goldie.
We pay every time we use that. Take it easy.
If Tom sees Goldie and knows who it is, he would never grab her by the heel and pull her off of the trash can. That's absurd, right?
He didn't. He claims he didn't pull her.
Okay.
It was like
whatever
a,
you
hey,
say.
I'm right here. She like jumps off
Yeah,
in
shocker,
a
maybe.
physics,
and it's a full
in some
flip
sort of
around,
backflip,
yeah, catcher
somersault,
situation.
twisty loop.
That's right.
Saw them live. We did, everybody. Congratulations.
Hey.
Another one done. Another week in the bag. We're going to be back next Monday with another episode. Our friend Alonso will be back. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.